cools of its own volition. When it heats up, hotter temperatures make higher carbon dioxide through evaporation. More evaporation, more CO2. That's it. Period. We are not causing global warming. The globe, when it warms, is warming on its own, and when it does that, it heats up the oceans and more carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere. That's what his scientists are seeing. But they're turning it all the way around and go, oh, man did it. Man did it. It's not true. So now that you know this, you know where to look. Okay? And wait, I'm not done. Because other companies have found how easy it is to fleece America. So they've jumped on the bandwagon. Alright? The next one that I have in question is PG&E. Alright? Their vehicle of choice is the CFL, the compact fluorescent bulb, or the twisty bulb. When they first come out, here's their commercial. It's not like this anymore. Too many people like me were picking up on it. But they said, if you replace a 100-watt bulb with a 40-watt CFL twisty bulb, it's like taking 200,000 cars off the road. You see, people with emotions, automatically we gravitate to the biggest number. So 200,000 cars, right off the bat, our eyes glazed over and went, ooh, 200,000 cars, that's cool, yeah, that'll work. And as soon as you did that, you missed the point. You missed the point. Let's take that sentence again. And first of all, when they say it's like taking 200,000 cars off the road, let's just assume they mean you'll save energy. Right? That's what they mean if you take 200,000 cars off the road. In their mind, you're saving energy. Okay? So, the sentence reads now, if you replace the 100-watt bulb with a 40-watt twisted bulb, you'll save energy. Okay? We're not there yet. There's something that should just ring your bell of not true. Okay, but let's take off one more thing. Let's take the word twisty bulb out of that equation. Okay? So now the statement reads, if you replace a 100-watt bulb with a 40-watt bulb, you'll save energy. Duh! Everybody knows that. See, but PG&E would have you believe that it was the fact that you were using their twisty bulb that made you save the energy. They will have you believe because they're saying it to you, and as long as you don't know any different, you go, oh, the twisty bulb, oh, it did a good thing. No, it didn't. They just pulled all kind of sheep over your eyes. All right? Okay. Anytime you lower your wattage from 100 watts to 40 watts, you're going to save energy. It had nothing to do with the fact that you were changing it to a twisty bulb. The twisty bulb is not some great invention. It is PG&E's way of fleecing the nation from fears of having running out of energy, which we're in nowhere close to running out of energy. All right, but because of your fears, PG&E jumps on the bandwagon, and they say this CFL, and they send all these commercials out telling you how it's the best thing and it's going to save energy. Well, here's what they don't tell you. How many of you know that inside CFLs is a substance called mercury vapor? Mercury vapor has been banned in every other commercial use on Earth because of its toxicity. All right? They don't tell you that, do they? I used to work in a refinery, and from working in that refinery, I can tell you that anytime a new substance came into the refinery, it was accompanied by something called an MSDS, a Material Safety Data Sheet. All right? That MSDS would tell you the properties of this new substance, toxicity levels, poison or no poison, molecular breakdown, what would you do in case of emergencies, wash the eyes out, call paramedics, yada yada yada. Any of you guys have picking up them CFLs? Have you seen an MSDS on the side of the CFL stating to you this is a hazardous thing? Did you know that if you break one of those CFLs inside your house, you're supposed to evacuate the premises and call a hazmat team to clean this thing up? There's been stories out there of a store clerk cleaning up one that he found broke on his shelf and started reacting to it physically immediately. When he called the paramedics, EMTs came down and rushed him to the hospital. On the way there, they did not know what to do to treat him. We've never treated anybody that's been exposed to mercury vapor before. Got to the hospital, ditto with the doctor. Never treated anybody exposed to mercury vapor before. They've never had to. Everybody has already known how toxic this substance is. Now, you got them CFLs in your house? How many of you have kids running around playing ball, frisbee in your house? They are endangering your life in order for them to be able to jump on the global warming bandwagon and fleece Americans. Okay? There's a lawsuit waiting to happen, guys. Check out the CFLs. Check out mercury vapor. Do your own due diligence. Find out that, in fact, mercury vapor is responsible for poisoning your family if it gets broken in the house, and that you're supposed to evacuate the house. Okay? PG&E doesn't tell you these things. They say, oh no, replace your bulb with a twisted bulb, and it's like taking 200,000 cars off the road. You let them play a piece of political sleight of hand on you while they were telling you about the 200,000 cars. In actuality, the other hand was in your pocket. Yep. While they're telling you how great, how green technology is about to save the planet, they're doing it so they can fleece you. So, guys, here's the final warning. Anytime you hear any company spouting green technology, spouting green jobs, drop the product, run out of the store screaming. Okay? These people are trying to take from you money that belongs to you, and they're using a scare tactic from junk science. Al Gore's people do not have scientific method. This is the last thing I want to tell you. In America, and in fact the entire scientific community, we have something called the scientific method. The scientific method states that substance A mixed into substance B creates reaction C. Happens every time it's tried. It's documented so that the next time somebody doubts you, you can just go back to the laboratory and mix substance A and substance B and get reaction C. That is called the scientific method. During the scientific method, these things are tested out, the results are documented, and from there on, this is the truth as we know it. Okay? Al Gore's scientists have what we call a consensus. First thing, the only place you're going to find a consensus is where you have an absence of fact. Only way it's possible to have a consensus is if you abandon the scientific method. The scientific method is not up for a vote. Okay? It's not a popularity contest. It's science, it's numbers. Numbers don't lie. 1 and 1 is 1. It's always 1. Okay? Substance A to substance B gets reaction C. It always happens that way. Okay? Any place you don't have the scientific method is where you have conjecture and speculation and a consensus. You should know the word consensus that's being used by Al Gore's scientists and him pretty much means a guess. It means we don't know how it works either, but since we're all smarter than you guys because we got spaghetti behind our name, our best guess is better than yours. No, it's not. You notice that Al Gore scientists won't debate anybody because they have no facts to debate, and they know that. So the longer they can stay out there without debating anybody, the longer they can continue to fleece Americans with this junk science